Hey, what's going on, everybody? 4i Driver over here. Happy New Year! Happy New Year to you guys. Hope everyone had a great holiday season. 2024 has finally arrived. So, this video is for those that are looking to drive a manual transmission vehicle, finding tips and advice. This is not a tutorial by any means. I'm just dropping 4 best tips on how to quickly learn how to drive a manual transmission car, in my opinion. If I've done these 4 tips, I probably would have learned it a lot faster than I should have. But in any case, you'll eventually learn how to drive a manual transmission car. I'll drop some suggestions with tutorials online that I found that really helped me in my journey of operating a manual transmission vehicle. Personally, for any car enthusiast, I suggest you do, because EVs are coming in hot and they're not going anywhere anytime soon. So let's get to it. Tip number 1, get someone you know who knows how to drive a manual car or who currently has one. I cannot stress this enough, because to be honest with you, that probably would have accelerated my learning journey of driving a manual transmission car. But in any case, I'm telling y'all this. If you know someone that has or knows how to drive a manual car, please go to them. That'll definitely help. It could be your mother or your father. If you don't have those people in your life, then go to your siblings. If you hate your siblings, go to your aunt and uncle, your cousins. If any of your family members don't know how to drive a manual car, fine, go to your in-laws. But if you hate your in-laws that much, all right, to hell with them. You probably or might have someone in your friend group that drives a manual car or knows how to operate one. But hey, some people don't even have friends. So if you're one of those cases that don't have friends at all, go to your co-workers. Maybe your boss, if you're good with your boss, that drives a manual car or knows how to operate one. Maybe they'll help you. An ex, your lovers, find someone that knows how to operate a manual transmission vehicle. If you don't have any friends, all your family members perished, you don't care for your co-workers, you have no lovers, and if you're annoyed by that cat on Instagram, you're too hesitant to reach out to Mr. Whiskers, don't worry about it. There's always YouTube, and that's exactly what I did. I went on YouTube, I used 2 videos religiously for this process. Shout out to the Straight Pipes. They have a good, quick manual transmission vehicle tutorial, and also cars.com, which is more elaborate and it's more in detail. And that helped me a lot through the journey of learning how to drive a manual transmission car. So I will recommend those 2 tutorials. Okay guys, the second tip that I'm going to drop for you guys is to definitely know the gears of the car that you're going to operate. For example, Acura Integra 6-speed manual, the current generation one, has 6 gears and a reverse. There's the clutch pedal, brake, gas pedal. Clutch obviously is to operate this. So go through each gear. It's very imperative to go through each gear of the car, right? So let me go back to the beginning. I'm in neutral. Where you tell is you're in neutral, it goes like this. You know when you slap a nice piece of ass, right? And then when you hit it, it ripples back and forth, boom. But in any case, you know you're in neutral if you go back and forth like this, like a doorknob. Now, first gear, second gear, third gear, fourth gear, fifth gear, sixth gear, reverse. It's gonna take time to know the gears. It's not easy. I struggle with it all the time. Even sometimes, probably once a month, I shift accidentally from first to fourth gear by mistake, or shift from second to fifth by mistake. That's why it's imperative to know the gears of your car. It will take some time, it'll take practice, but once you get in the hang of it, then it's gonna be almost automatic. You don't really have to think of it that much, okay? So it is important to know the gears of the manual transmission car that you're gonna operate on. The third tip, which personally for me was one of the most important tips that I should have done sooner, is clutch practice. Clutch, by all means, helps engage between the engine and the wheels, and that's what makes it move in the manual transmission vehicle. I should have done the practice the first month, which I didn't. I was guessing the biting point and all that type of stuff, and that really messed me up. So probably at the end of the first month, I was like, you know what? Let me practice the clutch and feel the biting point and not guess it around. I would strongly suggest that. Every car is different, so what I do is, you're in neutral and you have the clutch. I press the clutch down, right? And you're in first gear. Check this out. Check the revolutions per minute. I am just using my clutch. I'm just lifting it. See how I'm just moving? I'm actually moving. I'm going 3 miles an hour. Let me hit the brakes. Let me back up. I've done this practice. I've done it 20 times without stalling. I'll recommend 10 to 20 times just moving in the first gear, lifting a little bit until you start moving. Little bit until you start moving. You see how I'm moving? I am moving. I'm going 2 miles an hour. See? I would say 20 times. All right, first gear, I'm just lifting, slowly. I'm not using my gas at all because the clutch is already operating the engine. The engine's already on, so it's just engaging with the wheels for you to move. I was like, damn, why didn't I think of this? And you know where I got this from? This is where I got it from. Shout out to DGN Driving. It's a UK YouTube channel. They're the ones that really gave me this trick. Shout out to DGN Driving, the title of How to Never Stall a Car. Soon as I watched that video, I'm telling you, it changed my learning perspective on how to operate a manual car, and it just increased so much. So I give a special thanks to DGN Driving, and I would suggest to follow that tutorial and do the same, because the clutch is very important. Of course it's important. That's how to engage between the wheels and the car and the engine, of the vehicle for you to move. Hopefully you saw that demonstration. I was literally riding it with the clutch, no gas whatsoever, and you saw how it smoothly moved forward and how it moved backwards when I was reversing it, just using the clutch. So that's the importance of learning the clutch of your particular manual transmission vehicle. Another hint that I should tell y'all while learning the clutch of your manual transmission car is to wear sneakers. Why? Is you feel the engagement between the clutch, the engine, and the wheels. You feel that vibration because the soles aren't that thick while you're shifting and finding the gears and engaging the clutch. If you wear something like boots or anything thick with insoles, you're not gonna feel the engagement and that'll trip you up. So again, this is just a quick tip while learning the clutch. Definitely wear sneakers while you're learning. The fourth and most important tip is practice and consistency. Let me tell you guys real quick about my story. So I got this car in August 28th, 2022. I was so excited. I was hella excited. If you want to check out that video, check it out. I was really thrilled, yet I was stalling like crazy, but I had a huge smile on my face. But it gave me so much determination to drive this car every single day, and that's exactly what I did for the next 2 weeks. But I already booked a vacation to Cancun, so I was out for 10 days, sipping on margaritas, enjoying the beach, checking out beautiful women down there, and enjoying the ambiance of Cancun. So for 10 days there, I wasn't consistent. I didn't practice. I was thinking about pina coladas and beautiful girls and not thinking about my Acura Integra, which I should have. So I came back after having a great time in Cancun. Yeah, I was stalling. I wasn't doing hot. I was a lot worse than I did because you know why? I wasn't consistent. So I strapped up. I put my bumper sticker on to let everybody know that I was still learning and driving this car, and I went with it. I drove it every single day through rain, sleet, snow. I drove it on top of the hill. I drove it down on the hill. How to get comfortable, just shifting through gears, getting comfortable with the clutch, getting comfortable driving on the highway, stop and go traffic. That was honestly one of the major hurdles for me, because stop and go with this shifting. So I got more comfortable with that, driving that every single day. So I would suggest one of the most important tips that I will leave you again is to drive every single day. Practice, 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 and be consistent with it. Don't leave a day without driving, especially when you're learning. Otherwise, you're gonna be like me. When I come back from a vacation, you're gonna mess up. You will mess up. That's without a fact. So I don't want you guys to do that. That's why I'm dropping all these tips so you guys learn from me. You guys learn it quicker than I did, because probably after the 3rd month, that's when I got comfortable learning how to operate a manual transmission vehicle. I want you guys to learn it even faster than I did. Maybe 2 months, maybe a month, maybe even like 2 weeks. So if I could do it, you sure as hell could do it. And this, driving a manual transmission vehicle, it's really, really engaging. I had a blast this past year. I had a great time with it. Do more road trips. I'm actually have another road trip. I'm going through the mountains this month, so maybe I'll film that. I'm gonna tune up this car for sure, so you guys are gonna see that. Put some aftermarket parts, something tasteful, nothing crazy on this car to make it still luxurious, but have some aftermarket parts in this car. Just have a good time with it. If I could do it, you sure as hell could do it. Just see the progress of what I've done with this car in terms of driving and operating the vehicle. I thought to myself that I will never get it down sometimes in terms of driving the car when I've been stalling countless amount of times, but it gets better and better and better. And by all means, if you check these tips out and check the tutorials that I dropped in for you guys to check out, you will have a fantastic time driving and owning a manual transmission car. Better yet, an Acura Integra A-Spec 6-speed manual. So I'm gonna head to Lowe's. I was here to get some lumber anyway, so definitely Happy New Year. We'll see what's in store for us. Peace.